everyone, and welcome back to Michelle Reads and Vlogs with me, Michelle. Today we're going to do something completely different. We are going to pick my October Book of the Month book. This is only the second time I've been able to get Book of the Month, so what I've set up is a locker in the US. So you basically do is sign up to a service, you get all of your shipments sent to your locker, and then when you're ready, they will consolidate them into one parcel and ship them over to the UK. And you might think, well, what's the point in that? And that is because certain companies do not ship to the UK. One of them being Book of the Month. The other two I buy from are, or have bought from, Pango Books and Barnes & Noble. So anything I can get in the UK, I will get here, but I really wanted to buy Book of the Month. So I've currently just got my September book shipped. I've got my recent parcels consolidated. They are now on their way over. So it's time to choose my October books. So let's have a look at the choices that we've got today. Okay, so we are set up ready to record. Just a little bit about Book of the Month for anyone who doesn't know. It is a service set up in the US where they pick, basically, is it 5 or 6 books each month? It's 6. So they choose 6 different books from slightly different genres, and you can choose one to get sent to you each month. And it's a good option to go for because it just ends up being really good value for money. And I love some of these US covers. I feel like there's a lot of books that become quite big in the US that we don't get here in the UK. And then I watch a lot of YouTube, so I see other people talking about them. So I definitely want to get in on this. So we've been sent our 6 picks. So the first pick here is Gothic Fiction, Starling House by Alix E. Harrow. And it says, trick or treat, the new caretaker of this spooky Southern Gothic mansion may just have to find out the hard way. Can we see more of this? Oh yeah, brilliant. Oh no, that's it. That's all you get for a quick take. Good to know, multiple viewpoints, creepy, rural, haunted house. Why Rebecca Ross likes it. So she's talked a little bit about it. Oh, and then there's the synopsis. So we've got the synopsis here. Opal is a lot of things: orphan, high school dropout, full-time cynic and part-time cashier. But above all, she's determined to find a better life for her younger brother, Jasper. One of that gets them out of Eden, Kentucky, a town remarkable for only 2 things: bad luck and East Starling, the reclusive 19th century author of the Underland who disappeared over 100 years ago. All she left behind were dark rumours and her home. Everyone agrees that it's best to ignore the uncanny mansion and its misanthropic heir, Arthur. Almost everyone does anyway. I should be scared, but in the dream I don't hesitate. Opal's been obsessed since she was a child. When she gets a chance to step inside to make some extra cash, she can't resist. Sinister forces are digging deeper into the buried secrets of Starling House, and Arthur's own nightmares have become far too real. Opal realises that she might have finally found a reason to stick around. In my dream, I'm home, and now she'll have to fight. Welcome to Starling House. Enter if you dare. So this book sounds brilliant. And to be honest, I would be really tempted by it. But I know we're getting it in a book box. So I'm not going to go for it because I'm getting another copy. I don't need 2 copies of the same book unless it's something like Fragile Threads of Power that I obviously have ordered 6 copies for. So let's move on from Starling House, even though that sounds brilliant. The next one is a literary fiction, Wellness by Nathan Hill. Let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. So the quick take, this larger-than-life novel brims with heady ideas and the powerful emotional currents of a marriage slowly unravelling. Kindly note, this book is highbrow. So I know a lot of people don't like highbrow writing. I quite do. So that's not something that's going to put me off. It's a large book, multiple viewpoints, marriage issues and cerebral. The marriage issues might put me off a little bit. So we've got why somebody on the editorial team loves it. And then let's have a quick look at the synopsis. Jack and Elizabeth meet as college students in the 90s. They quickly join forces and hold on tight, each eager to claim a place in Chicago's thriving underground art scene with an appreciative kindred spirit. Fast forward 20 years to married life. Alongside the challenges of parenting, they encounter cults disguised as mindfulness support groups, polyamorous would-be suitors, Facebook wars, and something called Love Potion number 9. For the first time, Jack and Elizabeth struggle to recognise each other, and the no longer youthful dreamers are forced to face their demons, from unfulfilled career ambitions to painful childhood memories of their own dysfunctional families. In the process, Jack and Elizabeth must undertake separate personal excavations or risk losing the best thing of their lives, each other. So actually, I quite like the sound of this one. So I'm going to be tempted to see what else there is, but this is definitely a contender. I like the sound of it. So let's go on. Next, we've got a thriller, When I'm Dead by Hannah Morrissey. And it's an early release. This twist-filled and visceral chiller will have you wondering how well we can ever truly know those who we hold dearest. Let's have a look at this one. Good to know, psychological. I do like a psychological thriller. Ooh, multiple viewpoints. It's a puzzle. It's a whodunit. Why this person, Kate Alice Marshall, loves it. The synopsis. On a bone-chilling October night, medical examiner Rowan Winthorpe investigates the death of her daughter's best friend. Hours later, the tragedy hits even closer to home when she makes a devastating discovery. Her daughter Chloe is gone, but not without a trace. A morbid mosaic of clues forces Rowan and her husband to question how deeply they really know their daughter. As they work closely to peel back layers of this case, they begin to unearth disturbing details about Chloe and her secret transgressions, details that threaten to tear them apart. Amidst the noise of navigating her newfound grief and reconciling the sins of her past, an undeniable fact rings true for Rowan. Karma has finally come to collect. Wow, I like the sound of both of those. Out of the two, I don't know if I can decide. Maybe the more When I'm Dead. I quite like the thought of reading a psychological thriller. So far, I think When I'm Dead is winning. But we've got this one. I did kind of see this as we were scrolling down as well. So we've got the Adrienne Young, The Unmaking of June Farrow. Transfixing and suffused with romance, you are not ready for this spell, or for the spell this southern spun tale will weave around you. Good to know. Romance, non-linear timeline, underdog, and quest. Why Hilary Burton Morgan loves it. Synopsis. Oh, this is a long synopsis. In the small mountain town of Jasper, North Carolina, June Farrow is waiting for fate to find her. The Farrow women are known for their thriving flower farm and the mysterious curse that has plagued their family line. The whole town remembers the madness that led to Susanna Farrow's disappearance, leaving June to be raised by her grandmother and haunted by rumours. It's been a year since June started seeing and hearing things that weren't there. Faint wind chimes, a voice calling her name, and a mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. The signs of what June always knew was coming, but June is determined to end the curse once and for all, even if she must sacrifice finding love and having a family of her own. After her grandmother's death, June discovers a series of cryptic clues regarding her mother's decades-old disappearance, except that they only lead to more questions. But could the door she once assumed was a hallucination be the answers she's been searching for? The next time it appears, June realises she can touch it and walk past the threshold. And when she does, she embarks on a journey that will not only change both the past and the future, but also uncover the lingering mysteries of her small town and entangle her heart in an epic star-crossed love. Wow, that sounds brilliant, and I'm pretty sure I would pick this over When I'm Dead, but I don't know whether to get it from Book of the Month or to wait for it to come out in the UK. Oh my gosh, I'm so torn between those two at the moment, When I'm Dead and The Unmaking of June Farrow. That sounds really good. I wish I could ask all of your opinion whilst we're on here, because some people will be like, go for that one. Oh, okay, we've got two more. We've got a literary fiction, The Unsettled, and a contemporary fiction, The Leftover Woman. I want to give both of these synopses a good read and a good go, but I already feel like I'm not going to go for them. Let's have a look. So this one is also a highbrow, as we know it's not an issue for me. Heavy read, slow build, social issues, serious. I'm already thinking no. Let's have a look. So we've got A Why I Love It from the editorial team and a ridiculously long synopsis. Let's have a quick look. From the moment Ava and her 10-year-old son arrive at the Glen Avenue family shelter, Ava is already plotting a way out. She's repulsed by the squalid conditions, the cockroach-infested room, the barely edible food, the shifty night security guard. She is determined to rescue her son from the perils and indignities of that place and to save herself from the complicated past that led them there. Ava's estranged from her own mother. Ava wants to love her son differently, better. Meanwhile, in Alabama, Duchess struggles to keep Bonaparte, once a beacon of black freemen, safe in the hands of its last 5 black residents. As Ava becomes more enmeshed with Cass, Toussaint senses the danger simmering all around him. He begins to dream of Duchess and Bonaparte at his heart, if only he can find his way there. It sounds good, but it's just not gripping me like any of the previous 4. Although that cover's gorgeous. Yeah, I think that's one to put on the back burner. Obviously, we're not going for Starling House anyway. Wellness does sound good, but either out of When I'm Dead or The Unmaking of June Farrow. Maybe park that one for the future and see what other people think. So our last one, contemporary fiction, The Leftover Woman. Good to know, emotional, family drama, immigration, NYC. I love a good immigration novel. Absolutely. Why I Love It from someone on the editorial team. And let's look at the synopsis. Jasmine Yang arrives in New York City from her rural Chinese village without money or family support, fleeing a controlling husband on a desperate search for the daughter who was taken from her at birth, another female casualty of China's controversial one-child policy. But with her husband on her trail, the clock is ticking and she's forced to make increasingly risky decisions if she ever hopes to be reunited with her daughter. Meanwhile, publishing executive Rebecca seems to have it all: a prestigious family, the wealth that comes with it, a high-powered, beautiful home, a handsome husband, and an adopted Chinese daughter she adores. She's even hired a nanny to help her balance the demands of being a working wife and mother. But when an industrial scandal threatens to jeopardise not only Rebecca's job, but her marriage, this perfect world begins to crumble and her role in her own family is called into question. I want to cry just reading this synopsis. The Leftover Woman finds these 2 unforgettable women on a shocking collision course, twisting and suspenseful and surprisingly poignant. It's a profound exploration of identity and belonging, motherhood and family. It's a story of 2 women in a divided city, separated by severe economic and cultural differences, yet bound by a deep emotion connection to a child. This book contains scenes that mention infertility, miscarriage, and that depict domestic violence. Wow, when it says emotional, definitely. Oh, that's a contender. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So it's either going to be When I'm Dead, the thriller, The Unmaking of June Farrow, the fantasy, or The Leftover Woman, the contemporary fiction. Could you find 3 any different books? They are completely different dramas. Dramas? genres. I just don't know which one to go for. What's your heart saying, Michelle? Oh, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the Goodreads ratings for all three, and whichever has the highest Goodread rating is the one we'll go for. So book number 1 was When I'm Dead by Hannah Morrissey. When I'm Dead by Hannah Morrissey. Oh, Black Harbour 3. Is this one in a, what do you call it? A series? 4.03 from, how many reviews? Where do we find that? 250 ratings, 4.03. The Unmaking of June. Oh, there we go, Adrienne Young. 4.57 from 561 ratings. Wow, that's really high. But then this one, oh, I don't know, my heart's almost going for this one. The Leftover Woman, it's the top one. 4.25. So that is really good for a contemporary fiction. Really good. But then 4.57 is massive as well. So I think for now, let's get rid of When I Am Dead, or When I'm Dead. So it's between The Unmaking of June Farrow or The Leftover Woman. And oh, I'm going to go for The Leftover Woman. I just think because I have got The Unmaking of June Farrow on my kind of wish list, I think I can come back to it, whereas this I've never heard of, and I just think it sounds brilliant. Let's have a look at Jean Kwok as well, and if they have written any other books. Yeah, they have quite a few. So Girl in Translation, which has a 3.98 average rating. Searching for Sylvia Lee, that's a bit lower. And then I think that's it. The Leftover Woman. Oh no, there's a few others here that she's written on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for this one. The emotions got the best of me. So make my book of the month. Oh, it's so tempting to go for the add-ons. Why do they do this? You may add 2 more books to your box. Oh, wow. Yeah, I look at these books all the time, by the way. Yeah, and I saw on V Schwab's Instagram page, on her stories, that they'd added The Fragile Threads of Power. Obviously, I've got 6 copies of this on the way, none currently here. Oh, I do not need one with a Book of the Month label on. And these are other new ones as well. Wow. And then there's Spotlight books. Some brilliant books here. Lessons in Chemistry, amazing. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, amazing. I haven't actually read any other books there, but there are ones that I want to, like Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. Spooky reads. Hispanic Heritage Month. October selections. Last month's selections. So last month I went for You Again by Kate Goldbeck. Members Most Loved. I love looking at this as well because I'm like, such good books. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, 82% love. Yeah. There is Addie LaRue, 70% love. Debut authors. I really wanted to read The Other Black Girl, even though it kind of had some hype when it first came out and then it kind of died down a little bit. I would still quite like to read that one. So that's my decision made. We are going for The Leftover Woman by Jean Kwok. Let's say ship my box. And there we go. She is shipped. There is information here, estimated shipping window September 30th to October 1st, and it's shipping to the unit or my locker at the unit. It does say here that I can share your box with a friend, get a free book credit and a new reading buddy when your friend joins. And I'm pretty sure if you do that, I think you get like a discount off your first order as well. So what I'm going to do is make sure that in the description below, I'm going to put both my sharing code. So if you want to join, you can join through my code. And as I said, I'm pretty sure you get a discount as well. And I get a free book credit. So, you know, free books. Yes, please. And I'm also going to link, put links for all the other books there and through the shipping company that I use, Stackry, or that I'm starting to use. And I think with that, if you click and join Stackry, the shipping company, through my link, we both get $10 off our next shipping orders, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope you've enjoyed what's basically been online book shopping with me and looking through some new books. I've really enjoyed it, so thank you for joining me. If you would like to see more bookish content off me, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.